Do you know that the ancient Egyptians believed that the heart, not the brain, was the source of all our emotions, wisdom, and memory? They might not have been correct about that, but what they did have right was that the heart is incredibly important for our bodies. That's because it's part of the circulatory system. The circulatory system is responsible for getting our blood to where it needs to be, so that useful substances can be delivered and waste removed. It consists of the heart, the blood vessels, and the blood. Blood is carried throughout the body by arteries and veins. Arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. Veins carry deoxygenated blood back to the heart. These blood vessels go all around our body. Let's take a look. We have the aorta, the pulmonary vein, the hepatic artery, the hepatic portal vein, and the renal artery. Then we have the pulmonary artery, the vena cava, the hepatic vein, and the renal vein. As you may have noticed, pulmonary means related to the lungs, hepatic means related to the liver, and renal means related with the kidneys. Now, the blood doesn't just move around the body on its own. It needs something to pump it, and that's where the heart comes in. Here, we can see all the parts of the heart. But how does it work? Well, the right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the heart through the vena cava. Next, the blood moves to the right ventricle, which pumps it to the lungs throughout the pulmonary artery. The left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs throughout the pulmonary vein. This blood moves to the left ventricle, which pumps it around the whole body throughout the aorta. As we can see, the left ventricle has a thicker wall than the right ventricle. Of course, we can't forget about the blood itself. In humans, blood is like a transport system. It has four main components: plasma, platelets, red blood cells, and white blood cells. Each one serves a different purpose. Plasma is the liquid bit of the blood. It's a yellow liquid that carries whatever we need around their body, including the blood cells and platelets, digested food products, carbon dioxide, urea, hormones, and even the heat energy. Platelets are small fragments of cells that help our body correctly. What is the blood clotting? Well, it's when platelets clump together to plug a damaged blood cell. It stops from losing too much blood. What about the red blood cells? These carry oxygen from the lungs to all the cells in our body. Red blood cells are small, have a donut shape, and have a large surface area. They contain hemoglobin, which is full of iron and makes the blood red. And they don't have a nucleus, which means more space for oxygen. And finally, we have the white blood cells. These are the immune system cells which protect our bodies from infection. There are two types: phagocytes and lymphocytes. Phagocytes attack and digest harmful pathogens. Lymphocytes protect antibiotics and produce them. These are like a memory of certain infections and make us immune to them. So, we can see how the heart, blood vessels, and blood work together to make the circulatory system. Thanks to this, our body gets the oxygen, nutrients, and everything we need.